I don't know what the senator's going to have to say.
Morning, Doodle. I like the red.
Good morning, Tink.
Morning. Colors.
Let's see here.
Is that one of your shirts, Dana?
Yes, it is one of my shirts. Apparently, I'm the only one buying them.
Well, we're waiting for the family discount. I don't know.
Oh, it's not that much.
Election. Got a lot of stuff here. Okay.
Morning, everyone. We are on Facebook Live.
Hi, Facebook Live. Paul's pals.
Paul W. Smith.
Oh, jeez.
This special broadcast of the Paul W. Smith Show on News Talk 760 WJR is presented by Huntington Bank. 'Tis the season for financial wellness. Visit huntingtonbank.com to learn more. Now, here's Paul W. Smith.
Well, a very special good Tuesday morning to you. This is the 8th of December, the 343rd day of 2020. There are 23 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. As we kick it off here at 5:39 with the team. Dick Hafner presenting the news the way it was meant to be presented, as news, not opinion or following some sort of laid out plan to try to twist things into the way he wants it to be. He presents it the way it was. Then you can decide what you think. Thank you, Dick, for that. We appreciate it very much. Of course, Dana Clark is here. Dana taking care of our WJR traffic and weather duties, movies, restaurants, reviews, her thoughts on the passing scene on this very special Tuesday. Huntington Bank. I think we call it Huntington Bank Tuesday would be a good name for it. Dana, nice to have you here.
Good morning.
Brian Morton is in the Golden Tower of the Fisher Building, holding down the fort, pressing all the right buttons, connecting the Dixie cups and making sure our signal comes out to you, and we appreciate that. Mike Kim alongside, helping out and providing information and support along the way. And the woman holding us all together and running the show by the clock, it happens to be a grandfather's clock, of course, Ann Thomas, our executive producer.
Good morning, Dub. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday to you. A little sad note. I hate to start on a sad note, but I have to mention that we lost a true American hero in the death of General Chuck Yeager last night. When I found that out, I felt very sad. He turned 97 in February. And I've told the story before. I'll tell it again a little bit later, maybe, of my moment with Chuck Yeager. And it happened to be aboard a 747-400 simulator. So I can say, honestly, that I flew second seat on a jet with Chuck Yeager, and it was quite an experience many, many years ago. Remember this part of the story. I said I couldn't believe I didn't bring my recorder with me to capture the moment and then play it on the air. And after I was sitting there, just the general, I realized the color of language that was taking place during our time together in the cockpit many years ago. It was at the time, I think, Northwest Airlines simulator. It was fabulous, but we'll tell you the story a little later. It is National Brownie Day. I love brownies, and I don't have them very often. Anybody else like brownies?
Love them.
Love brownies.
Who doesn't like brownies?
I don't know that.
Said no one.
Yeah, I don't know anybody who doesn't like brownies. And I like all of them. There's so many now. I like the plain old brownie that my mother used to make that we grew up with, which was truly a plain old. I mean, the big decision was whether they put nuts in them or didn't put nuts in them. But like walnuts or pecans or whatever it is. But boy, they've come up with a bunch of different brownies over the years now. The blondie brownie, and every one of them I think is delicious. I don't know why I don't have more brownies. Well, I know why I don't have more brownies.
That's not good.
Same reason none of us have any brownies.
Yeah. And isn't a warm brownie with a
with
scoop
ice
of
cream.
vanilla ice cream?
The best. The best.
See, that some of the best things in life really are not terribly expensive.
They're food, too.
Yeah, they are food, and they leave a mark.
Yes, they do.
It is 5:43 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International.
We're all feeling the weight of COVID-19, but for kids in poverty this Christmas, things are desperate. Bring joy to a child when you make your special year-end gift to Compassion International. Just text GIFT to 83393. That's GIFT to 83393.
Let's check in at this early hour at 5:43. Our WJR traffic and weather first, and we have Dana Clark handling those duties. Dana?
Traffic First, sponsored by Shelving.com. Finish the year strong and save 11% on industrial storage from Shelving.com. Double your floor space instantly with modular mezzanines, or maximize vertical height with in-stock Unirack pallet racking up to 20 feet high. Don't miss 11% off the storage your business needs with code WRAPUP11. That's Shelving.com. We rack your world. Just construction out there, 8 Mile westbound between Beach Daily and Grand River. That right lane is closed until 5 p.m. today, or Wednesday, I should say. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by the Cremation Society of Michigan. For over 32 years, the Cremation Society of Michigan has been providing dignified cremation services without the cost of traditional funerals. For cremation information, contact the Cremation Society of Michigan at 1-800-241-3131 or visit cremationmichigan.com.
We continue to see gray sky, but we are getting some breaks as we go on through the morning hours. I think clouds, though, will win. So clouds with some sun today sounds good. 39. Overnight tonight, cloudy 33. Clouds give way to a partly cloudy day tomorrow with a high 44. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stagicom, News Talk 760 WJR.
All right, Ray, thank you very much. And currently, we're looking at about 25 degrees, give or take a few degrees, but it's cold. 25 degrees. Right here, right now. Let's warm up with a guy who's with us from noon till 3, Monday through Friday, and let's enjoy him as long as we can. It's 5:45. Rush Limbaugh stops by first thing in the morning.
On Sunday, Politico reported on the sad plight of Democrats in Iowa and elsewhere. Besides getting rid of Trump, as Democrats believe they've done, the party had an unhappy ending in the 2020 elections. Their dreams of winning back state houses fizzled, and not only did they fail to win the U.S. Senate outright, they almost lost the House of Representatives. Politico reports that the Democrat Party's disastrous election night showing has left Iowa Democrats on edge. They're doing a lot of soul searching, supposedly. Senator Joni Ernst, who was said to be in the fight of her life, clobbered her Democrat opponent by 7 points. President Trump trounced Biden by 8 points. Iowa Democrats lost one House seat, barely hung on to their other one. None of this was predicted by polls or pundits who expected a blue wave. This raises one of the biggest questions of all. How is it that the Republican Party did so well, exceeding all expectations? How did the Republicans manage to gain or hold on to seats they were supposed to lose at every level of the electorate, with the only exception being the most popular Republican in the country, President Trump? Well, there's an easy answer. President Trump had a great night, too, until on-edge Democrats made sure he didn't by giving themselves a ballot machine edge. And that's why they're on edge. They're just waiting to get caught.
Rush Limbaugh, noon to 3, today, right here on WJR. Hi to our Paul's Pals, the good folks who loyally stand by us on our social media page and wake up with us. It's a loyal bunch. Bob and Don and Ron and Bill and Ann and Mike and Mark and Cheryl and Don and Stephanie, Laura. A nice group of folks. I hope you're all doing well. As you guys can see, nobody else can. For you, it's our T-shirt Tuesday. And I have palm trees on my T-shirt.
Nice.
And Dana Clark, what's your store? Where's your store located?
My store is citygirlgear.com. I need your support. I'm going to be forced to close in about
wait a minute. City Girl
in about
Gear.
2 weeks. Citygirlgear.com. I have one of my shirts on today, and it says, "Am I right or am I right?"
Yeah, and you're probably wondering where Dana gets all these catchy expressions. Dana gets them from Dana.
Or I hear other people.
Am I
say,
right or am I right?
Am I right or am I right? I have to get approval for people really from Sophie, so I'm working on
people
that.
really. That's a good one. I like that.
Please ask for her approval.
Citygirlgear.com.
I have T-shirts, mugs, hats. They're not expensive.
Well, like I said, we're waiting for the family discount. Nick, I know you've got your Lions hat on in your final week before being able to sleep in, but still being around, but not here every morning with us, which we'll never get used to. But we have to. People are saying, "Gee, I hope we hope that you train your replacement to be as good as you are at presenting the news the way it was meant to be presented as news." That was from Don Kruger earlier here with his weighing in on that. But do you have I can't tell if that's a T-shirt, golf shirt, sweater. What else do you have on there, Dick? Oh, maybe Dick
can't hear.
Can't hear us because we're okay. I thought they got that changed. All right. Well, we'll check in with Dick a little later. Annie Banani, you've got your Michigan.
My Michigan shirt.
Love Michigan. Somebody's got to.
Apparently, you need a new T-shirt.
I was just going to say somebody's got to go to citygirlgear.com. Now, wait a minute, City Girl. Does that you don't have any guy stuff, or do you do?
Yes.
Oh, you do. Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
Guys, I know City Girl. The girl name throws everybody off.
Well,
but City Gear was taken, so I couldn't use that. So yes, there's hoodies, shirts, mugs, hats for guys and girls. There's even a couple of cute baby things on there.
Oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are you trying to tell us something?
No, heck no.
Okay.
Heck to the no.
Heck
Heck
to the no.
Oh, there's a good T-shirt.
There's another
Heck
shirt.
to the no. They've added a couple of new events for the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris, if in fact they still have the Olympic Games in 2024 in Paris. Anybody know what the two sports are?
Karate. Did they already add that?
I don't know, but I mean, karate makes sense if it isn't already a part of it. I don't know, but these don't make sense to me, but that's okay.
Oh, did you say summer or winter?
Skateboarding, I think, is one of them.
Welcome back to the Paul W. Smith Show.
Skateboarding
It's a
and
special
break
broadcast
dancing.
presented by Huntington Bank.
Now
Tis
that
the
is a
season
sport.
for financial wellness. Visit huntingtonbank.com to learn more. Once again, here's Paul.
Sandy Pierce will be coming by. Speaking of Huntington Bank, I think we can affectionately say Huntington Bank Tuesday. We lost Chuck Yeager last night at the age of 97. He was a true hero, fighter, pilot, ace during World War II. He became the first person to break the sound barrier when he flew the Bell X-1 rocket 700 miles per hour in level flight in October of 1947. He later trained military pilots to become astronauts and served in various command posts until his retirement. He retired from the Air Force in 1975. His profile boosted by his portrayal in the 1979 book, and then, of course, the 1983 film adaptation to The Right Stuff. It was all about him, and as far as I know, as a Medal of Freedom winner in 1985, Chuck Yeager, General Yeager, was the right stuff. And when we were with him and flying in that simulator many years ago, my friend David Rember actually set it up. And it was amazing because when we went into the commissary there in Minneapolis, I'm pretty sure it was Minneapolis, and having lunch with Chuck Yeager in the Northwest Airlines at that time commissary, it was astounding to see the young pilots seeing him and coming over to the table and becoming military men again, because so many of them at that time had flown in Vietnam and came from the service into the business world to fly, in this case, for Northwest. And man, they came up with the most crisp "sir" salutes, and it was clearly a thrill for them too to come upon General Chuck Yeager there in the commissary. and knowing him led to me being able to keep an airplane from taking off and saving Northwest a lot of money, and about 14 passengers, the heartbreak of missing a flight by like 5 minutes. I'll tell you that story again also. It starts to get to a point where you start repeating stories, but some of them are worth repeating, and the ones with Chuck Yeager are worth repeating.
You know what? Out of all the stories that you've told, Paul, about your career and the things you've seen and done and the people you've met, that's about the best story that I've ever heard. Your story about Chuck Yeager. I really appreciate that.
Well, it was something, and I feel, that the terrible thing is not to become Brian Williams-ish and have this misremembering. There are a lot of them I don't remember. And the most famous one to me that comes to mind when I say I don't always remember this stuff is somebody once said, "Did you ever meet Colin Powell?" And I said, No, I don't think I have. And the person standing next to me said, "Paul, I was at an event when you introduced Colin Powell." And I went, "Oh, well, I guess I did meet him." So at Kim's urging, I'm starting to write some of this. I'm just somehow. Then I have to ask whether it's David Rimmer or Guy Ludwig, the guy who does, it's getting close to playing my dad's reading, Letter to a Friend, our Christmas reading. The guy that recorded that with me in Toledo, and even Ron Humany knows, because we go back to college days, knows some of these stories that I don't always remember. You saw the story that Bob Dylan has sold his entire songwriting catalog. This is kind of like a retirement program for songwriters and entertainers. And it's not a bad retirement program when you consider, apparently, he sold his entire songwriting catalog for something like over $200 million. So these are songs and work that's already provided a very good income for him. Mm-hmm. And then you can, because it's like an annuity and just keeps paying more money, people are willing to invest. The first time I ever heard a lot about this is when the Michael Jackson book was sold, the book of his music. Mm-hmm. That was astonishing what kind of yearly revenue those things have put in. And speaking of music, if I'm not mistaken, and I printed out some stuff late last night on this, today is the 40th anniversary of John Lennon's death. Can somebody back me up on that? Annie, you'll back me up on that.
I'll look for you.
If I haven't screwed this up, December 8th, 1980, was when we lost John Lennon outside his apartment. It was the Dakota.
Yes.
The Dakota.
You're right.
And I don't know if to this day, but when I lived in New York, you could walk toward the Dakota, and there's a doorman there was then at least, and you didn't even have to ask. You just walk up to him and he'd say it was right over there. That's where it happened. He'd been asked so many times by so many people that probably came from around the world to see the sad point of where John Lennon was assassinated on this day 40 years ago. See, it does seem impossible. By the way, we talked in the break that two new sports being added to the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris. And somebody asked, is that the winter or the summer Olympics? I would think, I don't know, is it the Summer Olympics in Paris in 2024? Got to be the Summer Olympics.
It would have to be if it's
the Summer
skateboarding.
Olympics.
Yeah,
because those are the two sports: skateboarding and breakdancing.
Breakdancing.
Call me old-fashioned. I don't know.
I missed out.
There's still time.
I'm going to sell my catalog of stories. I'm going to sell my catalog of news stories for $19.95.
Good idea,
that would be good, Dick.
Sell your catalog of stories presented the way they were meant to be presented. That's a nice
Start
little
at 1995 and work our way down.
Good idea, Dick. You're always thinking. It is 5:57 on this Huntington Bank Tuesday edition of the Paul W. Smith Show on WJR.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International.
We're all feeling the weight of COVID-19, but for kids in poverty this Christmas, things are desperate. Bring joy to a child when you make your special year-end gift to Compassion International. Just text GIFT to 83393. That's GIFT to 83393.
And let's take care of this gift that we have from Dana Clark, our WJR traffic and weather first. Miss Dana.
Roadways are starting off great this Tuesday. Paul W. Traffic First, sponsored by Primetime Testing Laboratory. In need of testing that automotive project, Primetime Testing Labs are the industry's best and complete automotive testing services. They guarantee on-time delivery, accurate result reporting, and are a 2LA accredited. For your automotive project, get a free quote at primetimetestinglab.com. That's primetimetestinglab.com. Lots of construction still along your 75 northbound commute at 14 Mile. That off-ramp is closed for construction through early April. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by North Bloomfield Properties. If you're looking for a place to call home, let North Bloomfield Properties find the best place for you and your family. They also provide pre-screened quality tenants to their property owners. They love to match good people to good homes. Contact them today, northbloomfield.com. Cold start once again, 23 degrees. Today we'll see a mixture of clouds and some sun. A high of 39 tonight. Cloudy skies, your low 33 for hump day on Wednesday. Clouds, then partly cloudy later, a high of 44. Currently, once again, 23 degrees. I'm Dana Clark, WJR News with Dick Hafner in 1 minute.
Annie Banani.
Hey, Paul,
Yeah.
do me a favor, Paul.
Yeah.
Log out and log back in. Your connection is shaky. It's kind of wobbly this morning.
I was just I was hanging on because are we doing StreamYard for these other interviews? I don't see it written down that we're doing.
No, they're just calling in.
All right, so I don't have to stay on. I can use my other system.
You can use your other system.
All
We
right.
just have one more segment on this system, but do me a favor and just log out and see if we
Yeah.
can get it a little bit.
What's the other system that we have? The other interview with the StreamYard that I got to go back on that.
Just when we come back for the roundtable at 6:00.
Oh, right. Okay. I got ahead of myself. All right, let me see
Go
how I can.
out for me and let me see. Dana, talk to me now. Let's see how you're.
Hey.
The whole system seems a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little.
I asked Brian if he thought we should all
Go out.
log out.
I think ours is good.
Bill's-
but sometimes ours glitches too. It's cable. It's the wires. I think
Bill says
a lot of
Paul has been in and out. Yeah.
yeah. And then Dick, he can only hear us.
I wonder why that would be.
I don't know either.
Because it wasn't like that early on. So I'm kind of puzzled. Oh,
Yeah.
Here comes Paul.
Okay.
Yeah,
See if
let's
that
try
helps.
it again. Yeah.
I got ahead of
There you
myself. I thought we were out of our segments here.
That's a little better.
That's a little better, Deb.
I wonder what the funny thing is, I don't get any reaction at all. I mean, nothing. Everything seems exactly the same to me.
Seems fine to you, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is there
Bill
an
wants
earthquake?
to know, is there an earthquake? I don't know, Bill. Seems like lately there's always an earthquake of some sort.
They changed Dick's equipment. I get from the control room, and everything here sounds good. Paul is the only one who's glitching this morning. That's never happened before. That at least no one ever told me.
No, it hasn't happened before.
Is it still glitching?
No, it's better.
It's better.
But it's not
better.
the way
It's
it
not
usually is, huh?
It's not the smoothest, but Dana brings up a good point. It's the actual internet. So there could be, if your internet is glitching, you glitch.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
It's a lot of people
Right.
using these wires. So
Yeah,
anyway, so what happened with the governor? So we are basically the same thing continuing.
Yeah.
For
Until
12 more days. For
12
12
more
days. Yeah, 12 days.
And we're talking to a variety of people about that
Today.
today.
This morning, yeah.
We'll start off at 6:48 with Senate Majority Leader Mike Shirkey. He was pretty angry last night.
Mm.
And
And I'll
did
let
he?
him-
Was he?
Yeah,
Is he
and
concerned about the restaurant situation?
Well, he's concerned about the governor's actions. I won't give his exact quotes because we're going to talk to him, so I'll let him say how he feels. He probably is cooled down a little bit this morning, but he wasn't happy. Daryl Bevel will be with us. Steve Courtney, Daryl Bevel.
Okay.
Talking about the Lions. I did put out a note to the governor, but I think she's tomorrow. I'm not.
She is
positive
tomorrow.
it is.
That's right. She is tomorrow.
And then Jocelyn Benson, Secretary of State, with the harrowing event she had at her house, which has turned into a campaign piece already.
I saw that video, though. What in the world were they doing? What was?
I don't know. I didn't look at the video. I mean, I heard about it enough and heard her explanation and all of that. So we'll also check in with our friend Luciano Del Signore, the owner of Casa Pernoi, Bacco Ristorante, Bigalora Wood-Fired Cucina, and a couple of other things in there somewhere. But he too, like so many restaurant owners, is hurting. And they put this a 12-day extension, but for restaurant guys, he's saying, look, is that really what it is? Or are you going to do another 12-day extension? Or are you going to do this? Or are you going to do that? It makes it extremely difficult for these restaurants, big and small, to operate. You don't find out that the restaurant, oh, you can be open tomorrow. Oh, really? I don't have food ordered. I don't, this stuff is fresh. That has to be delivered. There's so many other people involved. You have to make sure you have staff available. And there's so much that goes into it. And it's so difficult for these people. I can only hope and suggest that if you're thinking for Christmas and Hanukkah gifts, that you consider gift cards and gift certificates.
I went to Biga last night.
Did you?
Well, I ordered
You brought food. Did you have it delivered or
I had it delivered.
Who'd you like, DoorDash or something?
DoorDash. And it was
You're the queen of DoorDash. You've done that well.
It's the greatest. And Bigalora is on DoorDash. And after you told me how much he was struggling, I thought it is a nice thing to do. If you don't feel like cooking, really try to help these people. And it was excellent, you guys.
Was it?
Yeah, it was really good.
They have such fresh, good food. Luciano works very hard at the right dough, the right ingredients.
Healthier. Yes.
Much healthier. He uses, especially at Bacco and Casa Pernoi, things that you think are loaded with butter are not. He makes a lot of vegetable purees and other stuff that makes things a richer taste, and he just does a great job. But we talk to some of the bigger, well-known restaurants because we just have had relationships with them here on the radio and on the show. So Joe and Rosalie Vicari or Luciano. But that's just representative of the thousands of restaurants, big and small, in our area that are hurting and really hurting and need our help. And so if you make a concentrated effort to try to keep these places alive by buying those gift cards and gift certificates. And I know that makes people nervous because they go, well, yeah, what if they go out of business? Well, that's a concern. It's a very real concern. So you have to pick and choose, be very, very careful, I guess, is the only way I can think about it, really. But we got to do something. I've featured now a few times from Flag, the people who take those donations and do two good things. One, they hire the restaurants to order food, and two, they have those restaurants deliver that food to frontline workers. So they're caring for the frontline workers with good food, letting them know they're not forgotten and they are appreciated, and giving the restaurants business. So in my mind, it's a twofer. It's a twofer. And by the way, speaking of helping people, we won't be on this Thursday and Friday, and it's Thursday. Mitch Albom will have his special day-long radiothon that he does every year now. So we'll happily give up our space to Mitch, and the money that they need to raise is more important than ever, as everybody says.
This special broadcast of the Paul W. Smith Show on News Talk 760 WJR is presented by Huntington Bank. 'Tis the season for financial wellness. Visit huntingtonbank.com to learn more. Now, here's Paul W. Smith.
Good Tuesday, December 8th, the 343rd day of 2020. There are 23 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift, my friend. We are reminded of that over and over and over again. Thank you, Dick Hafner, for all the news presented the way it was meant to be presented, as news. We will miss that. And you, Dick, coming up this Friday, his last day. Not at 9 o'clock. He will continue to do his news through Frank's show, and then he will ride off into the sunset. But not all the way, because he's still going to be around doing special projects. Look at that big smile on his face.
Oh, Dick.
He knows he's going to be
100%.
sleeping in. We're going to call you every day for several weeks just to say, Dick, we know you'd rather be up right now with us. But
He's not
All right,
going to
My
answer.
answering machine works very well.
Yeah.
and he probably really has an answering machine. Dana Clark is here, traffic weather, and some of her citygirlgear.com.
That's right,
And
people.
taking care of All right, don't hammer him over the head here.
I'm not.
People, come on. I, for one, am waiting for the employee discount, but there
Oh,
we
you
are.
don't need it, Paul W.
I know they're very reasonably priced right from the beginning. All right, Brian Morton is in the booth, so to speak, running all the controls. The only one of us still in that Fisher building, the Golden Tower of the Fisher building, and Mike Kim helping out alongside always. We appreciate that very much, and of course, the woman running the show by the clock. And if you were on social media, you could see it's a grandfather clock, our executive producer, Ann Thomas.
Good morning, Deb. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Huntington Bank Tuesday, as we're very happy to be here and remembering a few things that are not so happy. The 40th anniversary of the assassination of John Lennon. The anniversary following yesterday, Pearl Harbor Day, that the United States, on this date, December 8th, 1941, the United States entered World War II as Congress declared war against Imperial Japan that day after the attack. What else on this day?
You said it's Brownie Day. Brownies.
Oh, and Kim mentioned something that apparently Jimmy Fallon had on President Barack Obama. He's out pushing that book that he and his wife made millions and millions of dollars on, and he's out pushing. I think it's a 2-book series. This is the first one, I think. But when talking about brownies, apparently there's the group of people who fall in the category of wanting the corner brownie or one of the brownies in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't really thought of it that way, because if I can, I try to get the corner and one in the middle.
Right.
Middle.
Good plan.
I mean, that's what my plan is. If there's a pan of brownies in front of me,
right,
and I have a chance to have my way with them, I think I've taken both. But they say corner pieces or inside pieces. Kimmy asks, what is your preference? I'm assuming corners because the sugars crystallize more so in the corners. At least that's one of the things that Jimmy Fallon and President Obama talked about. They are both corner people.
That's
brownies.
interesting. Here's another question, though. Do you like them frosted or unfrosted?
I like them unfrosted. But it occurs to me, and I say this now, as we move into Christmas cookie season, I love frosting. Some people make Christmas cookies and just put some sprinkles on them. I love frosted Christmas cookies. So therefore, I love frosting on brownies. I love frosting on cakes. I love frosting.
I only like the frosting.
Oh, really?
Oh, you only like the frosted brownies?
I only like frosting. So if I have a
you They've got ice cream that's a cookie dough. I wonder where the frosting ice cream is. What, can you imagine how sweet that way? Even for me, that would be like, ooh.
Anne doesn't eat it; she just likes it.
Exactly.
Well,
She's pretending.
She's kind of like the Romans. She will chew it up a little bit and then
right.
She does not swallow.
Remember, she didn't even do the whipped cream.
Yeah, she still has
Remember our whipped cream experiment?
Well, look, for Anne being old-fashioned, some things are just better
That's
left.
too far. That was too far.
I'm gonna hope that one night, she and Ed were looking at each other into each other's eyes, and one of them said, "Come on, no one will know."
Exactly.
Let's give it a try. Let's do a shot of Ready Whip into our mouths.
Yes.
When COVID is over.
What's it gonna hurt?
Is over.
When COVID is over,
you
gotta do it now.
COVID is over.
Life is too short to wait for COVID to be over for anything at this point.
That's true.
You think COVID will be over? Listen, once we usher out COVID, it'll come in on a new name. It'll be something else. Every 4 years now from China, we get a gift. And this one was merely a dress rehearsal. It is 6. I like that when you woke up. It is 6:14 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International.
We're all feeling the weight of COVID-19, but for kids in poverty this Christmas, things are desperate. Bring joy to a child when you make your special year-end gift to Compassion International. Just text GIFT to 83393. That's GIFT to 83393.
And at 6:14, we've got our WJR traffic and weather first, and we've got Miss Dana Clark.
Still looking good, Paul W. Nothing in the way except orange barrels. Traffic first sponsored by Shelving.com. Finished the year strong. Save 11% on industrial storage from Shelving.com. Double your floor space instantly with modular mezzanines, or maximize vertical height with in-stock Unirack pallet racking up to 20 feet high. Don't miss 11% off the storage your business needs with code WRAPUP11. That's Shelving.com. We rack your world. Let's check on 94 eastbound at Shane. That ramp is closed for construction through early January. Also traveling eastbound 94 at Mount Elliott. Those entrance and exit ramps are shut down for construction through the new year as well. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Shelving.com. Finish the year strong. Save 11% on industrial storage from Shelving.com. Double your floor space instantly with modular mezzanines, or maximize vertical height with in-stock Unirack pallet racking up to 20 feet high. Don't miss 11% off the storage your business needs with code WRAPUP11. That's Shelving.com. We rack your world.
Overcast winning this one with some breaks at times as we head on through the day. Those breaks in the overcast will be limited, mostly cloudy with some sun. 39 today's high. Tonight, mainly overcast and 33 in town. Suburbs a little bit colder. Clouds give way to some sunshine by tomorrow afternoon with a high of 44. From the Weather Channel, meteorologist Ray Stajic on News Talk 760 WJR.
Right, about 20